But I would like to show you my demonstration first with the AZ recorder. And here's AZ recorder. This is demonstrating AZ recorder. Your screen reader may call it Arizona screen recorder. I will be demonstrating this on an older device on Pixel 2 XL for maximum compatibility. I will also be using the Kindra voice from the back then Bright Voice technologies that Amazon has hogtied. I've opened up the AZ recorder, and in normal circumstances, if you're starting for the first time, you'll go through all those permissions and things like that, allowing it to record audio, allowing it to record video, and all of that. And by default, when you get into it, you're placed in the video tab. There are 3 tabs at the top, the video tab at the top left, followed by screenshots in the middle, and on the right-hand corner is the settings. At the bottom is the record button. I'll take you through the settings because that's probably the most important thing here that we need to know. Here now I'll put my finger near the top right corner and tap Settings.
Settings, tab, Settings, selected, page 3 of 3.
Upon tapping on Settings, here are the items that we find in Settings.
Video configuration.
We have Video Configuration.
Resolution, 1280 by 720.
Next,
Bitrate, auto.
you could tap here and change it.
Frame rate, auto.
You could tap and change it or just leave it on auto.
Orientation, portrait.
And you can change it if you want it in landscape. I do prefer mine in a portrait mode, and after all, this is just a screen recorder.
Time lapse, video speed, disable.
Next,
Record audio, enable, disable audio, switch, on.
record audio. You need to turn that on.
Audio source, microphone.
And here you could tap to go change. Let's tap and see what we have.
Audio source, button close, button, out of list.
Tapping on the audio source, here are the items we find.
Microphone, checked, in list. Internal audio.
There's the internal audio.
Cancel, out of list.
Or cancel.
A screen recorder, settings, audio source, microphone, in list.
Let's keep going.
Output directory, /storage/emulated/0/as recorder free internal storage, 2317 and 37 seconds can be recorded. Fix green screen, only enable if you have green screen problem, switch, OFF. Control options.
And here are the control options. In other words, whether you want it controlled from within the notification center or you want to show a little bubble that you can control it through and all of that. So here are the options.
Hide the record window during recording. Only use the notification bar to control recording. Switch, OFF. Use magic button, an invisible button that does everything. Switch, OFF. Stop options, notification, shake device.
So here we could tap here to say, hey, if I shake the device, then stop my recording. Let's go here and see what I mean.
Stop options, stop on screen off.
You could have stop on turning off the screen or
Stop on shake device to stop recording. Switch, on.
Or
Enable time limit, stop recording when time out. Switch, OFF. Time limit, unlimited.
And that's the last thing. Let's go back.
Disable pop-up window after screenshot. Switch, OFF.
In other words, if you leave this in the state that it's in now, that is in the off position, whenever you're done with recording, it'll pop up a message saying your recording has been saved, and it will offer you to either delete or even go ahead and play it right away. I leave mine in the off position so I could quickly access that recording if I want to share it or whatever the case may be.
Countdown before start. Switch, on.
A countdown.
Countdown value, 3s.
3 seconds.
Recording toolbox.
Recording toolbox. There are a lot of things in here, including live recording and all of that. You could transmit live on YouTube and all of that.
Screenshot, switch, OFF.
Screenshot is turned off.
Camera, switch, OFF.
In other words, if you turn this on, it's off by default. If you turn it on, then it will have a little front-facing camera that you can record yourself and show yourself in there while you're doing the recording. Next item.
Brush, switch, OFF.
Brush, that's if you want to use your hand in doing some brushing, and that's not important to those of us who are blind.
Text and logo, no text or logo is shown.
You could choose to include a logo or text that shows up in the recording.
Show touches.
What this means is that if I'm trying to report a problem, most especially with accessibility to a developer, he or she should be able to see the area that I'm touching that has the accessibility problem. And therefore, that is very important, most especially if you're trying to show where an app has a problem. And now that we're done with that, we should go back, but you don't want to hit the back button, because if you hit the back button, it'll take you out of the app. So what you want to do is to tap on the video tab, and that will close you out of these settings. In other words, tap either on the video tab or on the screenshot tab, and it'll take you out. I'm going to tap on the video tab.
Videos, tab, 1 of videos, selected, page 1 of 3.
There we go. So I'm now in videos and I'm now ready to record. At the bottom right, we have the record button. So I'm going to tap on that.
Record, button, out of. Start recording or casting with a screen recorder. A screen recorder will have access to all of the information that is visible on your screen or played from your device while recording or casting. This includes information such as passwords, payment details, photos, messages, and audio that you play.
And that's it. And I'm going to tap on the start toward the bottom.
Start now, button. A screen recorder, videos, record, image.
So it counts 3 seconds. And now I'm going to go back to home.
Pixel folder.
So here I am recording. I went back home and I'm recording.
Folder, miscellaneous, 4 or more items.
Now I'm going to shake the phone to stop the recording.
A screen recorder, video saved.
There we go. It says my video saved and
4 close, button.
there's close.
FM view result, text, digital
View
ebook
result.
4 share, button.
Share.
4 delete, button.
Or delete it. So let's tap on view result.
4 FM view result.
So here
A
I
screen
am
recorder.
recording. I went back home and I'm recording.
Folder, miscellaneous, 4 or more items.
Now I'm going to shake the phone to stop the recording. There we go. Now let's go back into AZ Recorder and do an internal recording. In other words, we're just going to capture sound that is coming internally as to coming from the speaker. So in other words, it's not going to be capturing my voice, but only capturing the sound that is coming from the phone. So for this demonstration, I'll be choosing something from the YouTube site for blind Android users. And before I do that though, I'm going to go back into AZ Recorder and set it to record internally. So let's bring up AZ Recorder.
A screen recorder.
So now I'll go into settings.
Settings, tab. Settings, selected.
And tapping on settings, we're going to go find and tap on the audio source.
Audio source, microphone.
And we'll tap here.
Audio source, button close, button, out of list.
And this time we're going to tap on internal.
Internal audio.
Tap here.
Internal audio warning. Internal audio only works if the other apps, games allow their audio to be recorded. So if you find that your videos have no sound, please ask the owners of the other apps, games to authorize audio recording, out of list.
So in other words, what it's saying is that there are certain apps that would not allow you to record their audio, while some of the apps would allow you to record it. So we'll go ahead and tap on OK.
Okay, but
Now I'm going to go home
screen 4
and
4.
I'm going to go open up the Blind Android Users podcast.
Google Assistant, tap.
Open YouTube.
Tap to dismiss assistant. YouTube, cast, disconnected. Search, button. Search,
And I'm going to look for Blind Android Users.
board, P, Papa, voice input.
Blind Android Users.
2, 2.
Let's see what we find.
YouTube, blind Android users, in list. Navigate up, button, out of list, keyboard hidden.
So here we are, and I'm going to leave this open, and I'm going to go open the AZ recorder.
Pixel launcher, a screen recorder. A screen recorder. A screen recorder.
And now let's tap on video.
Videos. Videos.
And let's tap on record at the bottom.
Record. But.
All right, so it's recording now. And I'm going to close out of
Pixel
here.
launcher. Home.
And now go bring up YouTube.
YouTube. Fix problems with Google Assistant. 64 views mid.5 days ago.
All right, let's go ahead and tap on this one.
And now we turn to the Google Assistant, and there have been a few issues flagged on the mailing list in particular of late about the chime disappearing and perhaps the audible feedback from the assistant.
And now let's go ahead and turn this off and go check it out.
So Warren is going to show.
Now I just shook the AZ recorder and it stopped recording, and of course it pops it up in the middle of the screen.
FM view result. Didelry.
And I'm going to tap on view result. Tap here.
Screen recorder. EXO player view. Friday, December 3rd.
All right, as you can hear, you cannot hear me. And so we'll wait and see when it gets to the internal recording. You can't even hear my screen recorder. And so we're waiting to see.
And now we turn to the Google Assistant, and there have been a few issues flagged on the mailing list in particular of late about the chime disappearing and perhaps the audible feedback from the assistant not being what you want. So Warren is going to.
And there you go. And that's how it goes. And that was that recording. And now you know how to go about recording internal audio or recording using your microphone. And that's AZ Recorder.
Thanks, Warren. That sounds like a pretty effective screen recording solution to me.